All right, now we're on to day 2, where we're going to start actually digging in and drafting out our pear. We're going to use both reductive drawing and additive drawing. And as you can see, I have these little hatches on my, dividing up my quarters here. So I'm going to have you guys put your fingers on where a 9 and 6, those little hatches, and we are going to go like this to find the center of our page. Now from here, I want you to go down and find your halfway mark really lightly, just like a tiny little line, just so you can barely see it. And now from here to here, we are going to divide it in half again. So that's our quarter mark. This one will be just a little bolder. And then we're going to go down to our halfway mark again, and we're going to divide it one more time. And this one is also a little bolder. So we have these 2 marks, and what those 2 marks are is the top and the bottom of this circle of the body of the pear. So we got this mark and this mark. So now we're gonna look at the circle of the pear, and I want you to think about the fact that our pear circle, this body of the pear, is slightly more on the left-hand side of the paper. Like if we look at this line down the middle of it, we can see more of the pears on this side than on this side. So now between our far left-hand corner and the 6 mark here, we're going to find our halfway point there. Now, when we look at our photo, we can see that the pear lines up almost exactly with that quarter mark right here. So I'm going to go up and then slightly over to my right, just a little bit. I'm going to make myself another mark there. Now I'm going to figure out where this quarter mark is. So I have my halfway at my 6 again. And now I'll go all the way to the right-hand side. I'll find my halfway line. But I can see that it's much further away from the halfway line here than it is on this side. So, and now I'm going to use reductive drawing. So I'm going to use my eraser. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go over a bit. So, and then I'm going to make a line that's light rather than dark. Now when I look at this, I can see I need to round this out a little, and I think I'm going to bring this up right here. So now I'm going to start to round out that edge. This is going to be this rounded part of the body of the pear. And of course you guys can edit if you need to. Like some of you will draw it and it'll work out wonderfully the first time. Some of you will need to edit, and that's fine. That's like all artists end up needing to edit a little bit. So now I'm drawing reductively with my eraser on this side. You can start to see like it's starting to take shape a bit. So I have my darker area and my lighter area. I'm going to kind of check stock one more time here. All right, so now I'm feeling pretty good about the shape. So I'm going to let the dark side of my pear taper in, and it's going to blend into my ground. Because there's a good chunk in the middle here that is just the ground. We'll just leave it where we built that nice middle gray value. Kind of like that. And then on this side, I'm going to start to get my lighter edge. And I'm going to gently erase out my bright side. And obviously this whole process today in this video, I'm going way faster than you need to. And you are very welcome to like stop and start the video and maybe stand back. Oh, excuse the bell there, guys. And all right, guys, so there's also these kneaded erasers, which are great. And they're good for lifting one layer when you don't need to go all the way to white, but you want to like lift just one little layer, and then you'll see the graphite ends up on the eraser, and then you stretch them to clean them, and then you can add a little bit more. So the next thing we're going to do today is I want you to think about if we were to line our dash at 6 up with our dash at 12, and we were to lay the ruler just on the right side of that. So we're visualizing what is on the left. And now if we do the same thing on our photo, check this out. You can see that the entire top of the pear, the entire top of it is on the left side. It is not in the center of our picture plane, which I think is kind of tricky for some folks, so to think about. So now I'm going to move this out of the way. So if I see my halfway line and I come over, my pear stem is way over here on this left-hand side. And then if I look right here, there is a little crescent-shaped negative space gap right there, which means like above the halfway line, on the left side of my picture plane is where this little bright section of the pear is. So it's all kind of sloped to the left. So you want to think about that so you don't have to redraw it later. Like this pear, again, the top of it is all on the left side of the picture plane. And I want to show you guys really quick how to find the top of this. So here we have our dash at 9. Then we're going to go halfway up and we'll make a little dash. And then between this one and this one, we're going to make another one. That's our little quarter mark in that top shape. And then we're going to come over, and this is where the top of our pear will be, at this quarter line. And then, you know, of course you're going to have to like think about the shape, kind of finesse that. When I'm looking at this, I think I'm going to add a little more here. Some of you may have underestimated the circle on this side. You might need to add just a little bit more there. And then on this side, again, I'm just going to remind you that the entire top of it is over on the left-hand side. And then we're going to start to reductively draw out this side. And this is where our kneaded erasers will be pretty handy as well to get some of those middle values that we don't want to be so aggressive with the pencil topper eraser. And then we are going to add our additive drawing and start to slowly build up our values on the inside of the body. And that's about it for day 1, or day 2, I guess.